How anger affects your brain and body. Hello everyone, my name is Kendra McLaughlin. I am a trauma and addiction recovery coach for GILD Coaching, and I am here with you today to talk about anger and how it affects our brain and our body. You know, anger is a normal response to a lot of things. It's normal, everybody experiences anger, but anger can be a challenging emotion to work through. Sometimes our anger can be frightening, or maybe we consider it inappropriate, or even that we even shouldn't even be feeling this way. And if I know, I have seen people that cannot manage their anger well. And not only that, when anger is misdirected, it often leads to poor choices, damaged relationships, and even violence. So we're going to go over a little bit about how anger affects your brain and your body. So the sources of anger are disappointment, frustration, judgment, rejection, and fear. So those are some sources of anger, but those are the ones that you most likely would see first. Now what happens is literally when you're feeling angry, your part of your brain called the amygdala will turn the stress response system on in your brain and your body. It literally throws a switch as soon as you get angry, before you even notice it, okay? And it will literally tell the hypothalamus gland, hey, you know, this anger is here, anger is coming. And then the hypothalamus gland signals the pituitary gland, which discharges hormones in your body. It's kind of the same thing that happens when you feel fear. Same thing. The amygdala lets the hypothalamus gland know, and all of a sudden you may be shaking or feeling heated, but it's because you've got hormones were just released in your body. It's really actually pretty cool. And then it goes to the adrenal glands, and so it releases things like adrenaline, and you'll feel it in your body. So when you're getting angry and you're feeling that rush, and you might shake or you might be agitated like this, then that means that you have hormones that were just released by the pituitary gland, the adrenal glands, and part of those are the adrenaline and cortisol, and these will literally affect your whole nervous system, right? Then, what ends up happening then is you're angry, you're getting angry, and a lot of times in the heat of anger, we don't use our best judgment. We say and do things that maybe we later regret, or we lose track of what we're arguing about, and there's a reason for that, and it has to do with cortisol. You see, anger can spark an overload of cortisol in the brain. So what happens is when you get angry, the cortisol gets released, and with all of that cortisol, it literally affects your brain. And too much cortisol in the brain will, you'll start forgetting things and become literally out of control. The other thing that happens is too much cortisol can decrease serotonin, and we all know that serotonin is the happy hormone. That's the one that makes you happy. So when you've got that flood of cortisol coming in to your body, it decreases serotonin. So more angry can give you physical pain and might make you act in more aggressive ways. And I'm not saying this to blame your hormones or blame cortisol for your issues. So if you get mad and you fly off the handle, you can't say, well, it was cortisol that did it. We're responsible for handling our emotions, but this is just to let you know what happens in your body and in your brain when you actually are feeling the sensation of being angry. It's really significant. These hormones that we're talking about, cortisol, adrenaline, and there's another one, it's called noradrenaline, give your body that burst of energy so you can cope with negative situations accordingly. But too much of those hormones, and repeated exposure to those hormones can begin to negatively affect important parts of your body. So here are some of the things that it can affect. It can affect headaches, more frequent headaches and migraines, vision issues like tunnel vision, sensitivity to light, and that's a migraine, right? Increased heart rate, blood pressure, blood glucose levels, increased likelihood of a heart attack or stroke, slow metabolism, lowered bone density, a decreased blood flow in the digestive system, decreased thyroid function, increased incidence of cancer. So anger is when you experience a lot of anger, you're releasing cortisol in your nervous system. It's taking over and decreasing the happy drug, which is the serotonin, and that's why you're always feeling angry. But it also will keep you in that state of anger as well. And what that will do to your body is it'll make you ill. It'll make you sick. So you see people that are angry all the time. You know, if you continue to stay in that anger mode, you know, it's going to, you're going to start seeing things in your body like gaining weight or just not feeling good, headaches. You might get ill, that type of thing. So even after the feeling of anger passes, its impact can linger in the body much longer. And the more often you get angry, the more these hormones can get to work on your body. It's like the more you get angry, the more it stays in your body. This is why it's important to recognize when you're angry and take steps to calm this powerful emotion. And if you have issues with anger, if you're always angry, or you know someone that is in an anger state there in, you know, all the time, then, you know, if you're experiencing that, then it's time to get some help for that, because it'll only make you sick down the road. Thank you so much for being here to listen to this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you know of somebody that could use this information, please don't hesitate to pass it on. And I'll see you in the next video.